Colin?
Good. What's going on?
So my ex, you want to come in?
Right, whatever, it's fine.
So my ex, so I have full custody of my daughter. My ex is under supervised visits only. She was with her yesterday for a supervised visit. With this lady, Beth, is a mutual person we know. She came to drop her off last night. My mother came to the door. I wasn't home yet. My mother came to the door, said, she's dropping off her no shoes. She says, "Where's her shoes?" And she says, "Oh, I must have left them in the car. Hold on a second." Went back to the car, left. Hasn't brought her back. She's been messaging me finally this morning again, saying, "Come meet me at Meriden Police Station if you want to have your daughter back." Blah blah blah. And she's not supposed to be doing this. She's not supposed to have overnight. She's not supposed to be able to just take her when she wants. I have the custody agreement right here. That's
So what do you need, just a police report?
I need a police report and maybe get a hold of her, find out if she's bringing my daughter back. Like, I don't know what to do at this point.
And you don't want to drive down to the police department in Meriden to go meet
She'll
her?
say that, and I'll go there, and then she won't be there. She does stuff like this. She used to do stuff like this all the time.
Okay.
She's supposed to be bringing her back here.
There's no protective orders between you guys?
There is protective orders between both of us. We're allowed to communicate for purposes of exchanges.
Okay. So you want me to call her and have her come?
Yeah, if she's I need to. I mean, I don't know what else to do at this point. I'd like to press charges if I can for custodial interference. I mean, I was reading the statute, and she violated she meets every parameter for that.
Here, you can hold on to that. You have your ID?
Maybe. If not, we'll grab it. Yeah, I do. I mean, she has a lot of psychological issues. That's why she lost custody. So I'm really concerned. And I made this call last night, like 9 o'clock last night. You guys must have been jamming last night. Not that that's a good thing.
Yeah. The last couple of days it's been busy. What's your phone number?
919-9528.
Alright. And what's her name?
Theodora, like Theodore with an A at the end. And then Antar is the last name, Antar.
Her phone number?
203-273-8419.
And the child's name?
Angelina. Same last name as me, Lodice.
Her date of birth?
5/21/2019.
Did she say why, like, she left? Was there like a reason why?
No.
Like, it was like, you need to be here when the child is dropped
Nope.
off or anything?
Nope.
So she just left? I mean, I'll give her a call.
Please.
And then, you know, anything else you just, you know, do, you would have to pursue it in family court. Okay?
How would I be able to press charges against her? Because I was looking it up before, and she's not allowed to be doing this, and she's violating.
Currently, your case number is 54901. Again, it's 54901.
Still interference in the second degree.
So do you have a lawyer with all this?
I don't.
No,
I represented myself through the whole thing.
So, you know, obviously, like, if you violate an order, it's like consent to court. You would have to, like, take her back to court for consent.
Yeah, but that's violating the
Okay.
order. What about custodial interference? That's an actual, that's a misdemeanor offense.
Yeah, no, it's not custodial interference, but
How's it not?
I'm going to go talk to her.
Because if
Let's see what she says.
I
No,
look at
I
those
know, I
five
know,
elements,
I know.
and she meets every one of those requirements. She's a relative of the child. The child's under 16. She keeping the child for a protected period. She knew at what time that she had no legal right to keep the child. And
Well,
then the fifth element is...
Matthew, listen, obviously, we don't want to make no arrests here.
I
right?
did.
Okay.
I want her arrested.
So, all right, let me just call her, see what she says, all right?
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is this Theodora? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
hi.
Oh yeah, Theodora. How you doing? This is Officer Moriel from Waterbury Police.
Hi.
Hello. I'm here with Matthew. I guess you were supposed to drop your guys' daughter off here last night. He's filing a report, and he said you left last night.
No, I'm sorry, that's not the case. He told me to go to meet him at his mother's residence. I went there, he was not there. I messaged him multiple times repeatedly, which I'd be happy to send you all the screenshots that show he looked at each of my messages. There's a timestamp showing that he read each message.
Mm-hmm.
I said to him multiple times, are you coming to get the child, yes or no? His mother said to me that I needed to leave, and there's also protective orders that says we can't go to each other's house. And so once I learned that he's living with his mother demanded I leave. She threatened me. She said to me that I needed to go go back to my house and pick up shoes that she was demanding I get. And I asked Matthew repeatedly. I said, come meet us. I said, we're in Waterbury. We're waiting here. How long till you get here? He read every one of my messages and ignored them all. And I said, if you don't respond to tell us where we're meeting you by 10 o'clock, it's getting very late. We're just going to go back to Beth's home in Meriden, and we're going to just sleep there because it's getting very late. We can't be sitting in a car all night. And then he refused to answer. Then I got maybe 10 different messages from him last night saying that there's an Amber Alert, saying that Waterbury Police were coming to arrest me, that I was being charged with kidnapping and abduction, and that there was an active Amber Alert. So I'm just a little bit concerned that I'm getting these kind of messages and I'm getting threatened with kidnapping charges and things of that nature when I would be happy to show you the actual documentation. It says all of our communications need to be done in Family Wizard. He's also been contacting me outside the app. Last night he called me 10 different times in a row directly on my phone. I've been documenting all of this. This is being done to intimidate and harass me. I told him in the messages this morning, I said, please let me know what time you'll meet us at Meriden Police Department. We're in Meriden. We're waiting for you. He's not giving me a time. So if he wants to do as the protective order says, respond to me in the app and stop making up lies and going to the police and wasting your time there when I have all the messages to prove that he didn't show up last night. We waited an hour and I have a witness.
You waited where? At his mother's house?
No, his mother made me leave. His mother told me to leave. So I left and we waited at a gas station in Waterbury. We waited right near CVS over there near Prospect. And that's minutes from where his mother's house was. His mother stated he was out drinking at a bar and that's the reason why he wasn't answering. And then I got messages from all night, all these messages saying that there was an Amber Alert, saying the police were coming to arrest me, saying that I kidnapped the child.
What's the protective order say? Can you guys have contact or no?
It only must be in the app. And he called me 10 times last night out of the app. He kept calling me.
How do you know? Now, how do you know he was calling? Was it calling?
Because I have the phone records and I can show you the screenshots where it shows he FaceTimed and called like 10 or 15 times.
From his phone?
Yes, from his phone. Okay. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I have somebody on the other line. This is an important business call. If Matthew would like to respond to me in the app, I'd be happy to meet him at the Meriden Police Department. And I'm driving to Waterbury. I drove all the way to Waterbury yesterday. I waited an hour with my witness and both of my children. And Matthew read all the messages and wouldn't come up. He would not come get her. So if he wants to get her, he can come get her and meet me. I'm not going to be, I don't have gas to go keep wasting all this gas and driving 100 miles. He says he has no vehicle. Well, if he has a vehicle to go down to the police station, he has a vehicle. He can come meet me. I'm not meeting him at his mother's house. I'm not meeting him at his home. My attorney advised me to follow the protective order. And I spoke to my attorney this morning because Matthew threatened me about 20 times last night saying to me there was an Amber Alert. He said the police are going to be calling you this morning to come arrest you. I did nothing wrong. I communicated with him and I asked him, when are you coming? He refused. He wouldn't pick her up last night. He abandoned her last night. And now he's going here saying it's kidnapped. I'm sorry, I can't leave my client on the phone. I'm going to message Matthew back in the app now.
All right, hang on, Theodore. I need to get some information. What's your date of birth for the report?
2.
Bravo 4 on 420 check by numbers. Connecticut 057 396 850.
Matthew Woodbury, 51183, 48 Corey Hill Road, Lodice City. He's the respondent in a 22 at Theodora Antar. They're saying non-expiring, full no contact. The miscellaneous, it says he's allowed to contact the protected party regarding visitation and affairs of their child. And then there's a additional 20 with that party, where he is the protectee to that Theodora Antar party. And it's the same thing in the notes, allowed to contact for visitation.
Roger. All right, so I spoke with her. She said she went to your mom's house.
She's messaging me.
Yeah, I know.
as
She
she's
told me
talking.
she. Yeah, I know. She told me she was going to. So she said she went to your mom's house last night. Your mom told her to leave to go home and go get.
Never told her to leave.
I heard your side.
Yeah.
And I heard her side. I got to hear both sides. So I'm letting you know what she told me.
Okay.
All right. She said your mom told her to leave to go get shoes back at home. So
Okay.
then she said she went home, got the shoes, and she texted you to go meet her at a gas station in Waterbury. I'm assuming the Valero, because she said near Prospect and near your house.
Yeah, she never said that.
She said she messaged you multiple times. You never showed up. It got late, so she left. She said that she then texted you this morning to meet her at the Meriden Police Department in exchange for the child. And that's it. And she said that she sent you numerous messages. You haven't responded. And that's where we're at.
Okay.
So she says she's willing to meet you at the Meriden Police Department.
Okay, I'd like to press charges.
Okay. So, again, I'm going to make a report. You can follow up with the detectives if they think that there's enough for a warrant, but that's where we're at right now.
But can I have a shift supervisor then?
Yeah.
I would like to request a shift supervisor.
Okay.
Because this is... she
Bravo
can't
4
just
2,
take
can you
this.
respond here?
I'm sorry, but this can't go on. You don't understand what I've been dealing with this lady.
No,
for the
I'm
past
sure.
2
Listen,
years.
obviously, you guys don't get along. I'm sure there's a lot of frustration on both ends.
It's not even just that.
All right.
My daughter's in danger right now with her. Like,
Okay.
She's not allowed to be alone with her at all.
So why would the court then grant her visitation?
It's supervised visitation.
Okay.
She doesn't have visitation. She only has supervised visitation. And the lady who's supposed to be with her is supposed to be with her at all times. So I don't know what the lady sleep over her house. No. The lady's 60-something years old. I have no contact number for this lady now.
All right. Well, wait. We'll hang tight then for my supervisor to get here.
Thank you.
311, St. Mary's. Warner.
Go ahead.
Yeah, your partner's gonna have the paperwork for me. We're downstairs. If you send someone down with it.
That's what right there.
Station 1, you got a spare unit. My guy's being discharged, so just send him over here whenever you can.
284.
Alpha 4. Can you please put the station 1 with the transport? His action 2 at St. Mary's is ready to come back to headquarters.
34.
Exterior.
Go ahead.
Good morning. Introducing the Veal Connor 853-4114-07. I'll be working on dispatch 1.
Thank you. Right on.
I'm gonna mute my camera to speak with Sergeant Robinson.
So I'd like my child brought back here, and I also want to press charges against her because I have full custody of my daughter, full legal custody. She's only under supervised visits based on the parameters I set. She was supposed to be picked up with the supervisor yesterday, and then dropped off here at dinner time.
Who's the supervisor?
Her name's Beth Sales.
It's like another party.
It's a
just
third party
Not
supervisor.
like the mom, right?
Not like the mom. And they were supposed to come back last night at dinner time. She didn't show up till about 9:30. She was bringing her to the door. I wasn't here. My mother was here to retrieve her. My mother says, "Where's her shoe?" She's like, "Hold on 1 second. Let me grab them." She went back to the car and then left. Never came back. Sent the bus of messages saying...
Your mom lives here with you?
My mom lives here with me. She's not here now. She'll be back shortly.
Did you know the child was coming, or?
Yep.
But you weren't here.
But I wasn't here.
So is there like a setup that your mom?
There's no
can
specific
take the
setup.
child?
She just child. Yeah, I mean, my mother could take child. I take child. It varies
It's
from
just
time
like
to time.
basically at this house. Whoever's
Yeah,
at the house
exactly.
will take the child in.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to read this. This
she's
is the
in
custody
Meriden?
thing. I guess this is what she's telling me to meet. First she says meet me at Waterbury Police Department,
Does
and then
she
she
live
says
in
meet me in Meriden. No, she lives in Orange. I don't know why she's in Meriden. And she's not supposed to have any overnights with her, and she kept her overnight.
Right. So what did the officer tell you?
He told me I can go get my child in Meriden. I have no way to get to Meriden.
Do we have a way that the child's going to make it here, Dan, or?
No, she just said that she was gonna meet. She's been texting him since last night to meet him at the gas station, and then
So you don't.
at the Meriden Police Department today. She's been, according to her, she's been making attempts to bring him the child.
So ordinarily she would come here and drop the child off?
Normally she just drops her off, no problem. You know,
And what's the holdup today? Have you had any interaction with her today?
other than just the conversations via the messaging app, that's all we communicate is through a parenting app.
She said last night that you were texting her and trying to FaceTime her outside the app.
Yeah, well, I'm allowed to FaceTime my daughter. We're allowed to FaceTime each other.
No, we're not going to.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
just
But
basically
saying,
trying to figure out
there's
how-
parameters set in place on the orders that say we can allow FaceTimes and
Yeah, we're not
we can allow
questioning that
communication
stuff.
for.
I'm just trying to
purposes
figure
of-
out how we're going to get the daughter here today.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
She's supposed to just drop her off. I don't understand why she's not just bringing her. I don't know why she didn't drop her off last night.
I don't know.
Well, she said she was here. She said she did come.
Yeah, but why didn't she leave my daughter here? That's the issue. She came, but then left. Why would she
Oh,
leave?
I told you. According to her,
I know
she
what
said
you
that you're
said, but-
right, and none. We weren't here, so
This lady has called the cops on me over 60 times. She has filed for
But you have
9 different protective orders against me. Every single one is denied. She's made allegations against my son about sexual abuse 4 different times. All of them were
How old
denied.
is the
She
child?
goes to any extreme she could to try to hinder my life, keep my child from me, and whatever. And she loses her mind in court. That's you can read the court report right here from the actual judge on why she lost custody. And she's still doing these things where she's just creating chaos, and then now she's keeping my daughter from me when she doesn't even have the right to have her right now. I don't even know if the supervisor's with her.
When was she? When did she pick the child up? Or
Yesterday
Get the
morning
child.
at 8 a.m. They were supposed
she-
to go to the beach. She said she would be back around dinner time.
did she come here?
To pick her up?
Yeah.
Yes.
So she came here, picked the child up. You said okay, and they were going to go to the beach.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not the first time she's picked her up here. She's picked her up here multiple times and dropped her off there multiple
So there's
times
no
since.
problem with her
There's
dropping.
no problem.
Because sometimes we have. It's so bad that they can't even go to each other's house. You have to
Nope.
go to a neutral site to make the transfer.
Yep.
But that
No.
doesn't exist.
No.
She can come here.
Yeah.
So we've had, have you talked to her at all?
yeah, she said that she's willing to meet him at the Meriden Police Department.
He doesn't want to go there.
Right,
I
and
can't
she
go there. I
and she
don't have
doesn't
a
want
way
to
to
come
get
here.
there
So,
right She has to
even though
come
we're
in.
here?
Yeah, that's what she's
Can
telling
we
me.
talk to her?
Yeah, I talked to her.
Like right on the phone?
Yeah, I talked to her on the
We have her
phone.
number and everything?
Yep.
So we have to figure out how we're going to get the child here.
Okay. Now, you drove to the police department today?
I drove to the police department this morning.
Okay, and you can't just go to Meriden.
My mother was here. I used her car.
Okay.
He's not willing.
And
That's fine. That's fine.
she's not willing to come here.
Right. So now we have a
So
stalemate. Yep.
How can she just say no? I'm refusing to bring the child
well,
back.
I don't know if
she's not
she's saying
refusing.
that.
She's willing to
She's
meet
refusing
you.
to bring the child back.
I don't know
No,
if she's refusing.
she
I
said
don't know yet because I haven't talked to her. I'm going to talk to her. See
Okay.
how we can alleviate the problem.
If you could just have her bring my child back, please.
Yep. That's my goal.
Okay.
But do we have a phone number for her
Yeah.
that actually works and stuff?
Yep.
And she'll pick it up?
She picked up for me. Yep.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do. Are you going to be right here? Or
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
not
in the
going
house?
anywhere.
Okay. All right.
If not, if I don't know.
about the child in custody and
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like it says we need to communicate in this app, and like
visitation.
I'm communicating with him in this app. He's been reading my messages. He's been responding to me this whole time, and he's continuing to speak to me in the app. And so it's like then he's going to the police and telling you guys a completely different story that's not reflected in our conversation here. And so like I just sent him a message again. I said he's claiming he has no vehicle. So did he come down there? Because he said that he has no vehicle and he can't come get the child. And I said, my attorney told me don't go to his house. And he keeps demanding me to go to his house. Like, I'm not going to violate a protective order. My attorney said don't do that.
Here's the situation. Let me just interject. We're at the house. We're at his house. We know
Which
you.
is his mother's house, right?
Yeah, the house on Quarry Hill. I'm not sure who owns it, but it's
Okay.
the one in East Mountain.
Yep.
So, you guys, he has custody, correct?
Yep, and he said, it says I'm allowed to have supervised visitation. I told him I was going to be with Bess Wallace and Casey Wallace. We were there with her all day. We were in constant communication via the app. We FaceTimed him last night. We said, look, he said he wanted her home. Bess FaceTimed him. She said, look, Angelina's asking to go to dinner. I said, we're going to go get dinner at Waterbury Police. We went there. Matthew kept saying, come, bring her home. I want her back. I want her back. I said, okay. And then I drove there after. He wasn't there. His mother then told me that she was demanding that I leave to go get his shoes, that she was asking me. And so the mother was basically hostile with me. Matthew's saying to me that he lives there. My counsel said to me, if he lives there, you can't go there. So I literally drove to the gas station down the road. I messaged Matthew repeatedly. I said, look, we're here at the gas station, me and the supervisor, we're waiting for you, it's very late, we'd like you to come meet us. Matthew read each of my messages and not respond. He read all of them, and I would like to email you directly all of these messages that show timestamp. I'm sorry, but look, it shows the timestamp. He ignored me. I said, if I don't hear back from you in the next 10 minutes, we're just going to assume you're not coming. And his mother said he was out drinking. And so I said, oh, we'll assume you're not coming. We're going to go back to Beth's house. Wait, the child should not be in a car for 2 hours. If I have to talk to him in the app and he's ignoring my messages and he's reading them, it's not that he didn't read them. It says read at this time, which is why I'd like to send those to you so you can see that he's lying to you guys. Then he sends me messages in the app all night, harassing me all night, saying there's an Amber Alert, saying that you're getting arrested, the police are coming to get you. After I literally said to him, I have a witness, and we messaged him, and he looked at the messages and wouldn't respond. I said, we're at this gas station. We're in Waterbury. When are you coming? Where would you like to meet us? We'd like to meet you. He wouldn't come, and he just kept ignoring all the messages. So I said, fine, I'll give you until 9:50. If you don't tell me by this time where to meet you, we're going to go back to Beth's. We're going to just sleep there, and you can figure out in the morning where you'd like to meet us. And then I kept getting all these harassing messages all night. He called me 10 times, even though it says not to talk to me outside the app. He called me 10 times in a row, which is a violation of the protective order. And I can show you those screenshots too. And now he's harassing me with the police right now. When I told him, I said, look, my counsel said to not go to his house. I said, stop asking me to go to your house. I said, we will be happy to meet you at the Meriden Police Department. Bess lives in Meriden. I also don't have any gas to travel to Waterbury right now. He has a vehicle. It's fully functional. He was able to drive to court on last Thursday in New Haven. He has no problem driving around all last night. And so I said to him, please meet us at the Meriden Police Department for my own safety and upon advisement of my attorney, who is Michael Hillis, who's representing me in my criminal matter. That's because of this protective order. I'm not going to violate this order, and I'm going to do what my attorney advised me. And Beth lives in Meriden. We were with her and her son and his son and my daughter, all of us. And that was the people he approved for the visit. He never said you need to be back by this time. And in fact, when he demanded I return her, he wasn't there. And then he didn't bother to come back or answer us until hours later. And then it was just all these threats saying that there's an Amber Alert and oh, the police are coming to get you, which I feel like is intimidation because, well, again, this is a civil matter. And two, I did everything that I communicated with him. I told him where we were. I told him where we were going to be. I told him who we were with. And I said, look, my daughter is 4 years old. She's not going to be sleeping in a car in a gas station waiting for hours because the dad wants to go get drunk and high. And and his mother tells me I have to go get the shoes, or I can't bring her there, and the father's the one who's supposed. The mother has no custody. The mother's husband's an alcoholic. He's a raging alcoholic, and I don't feel comfortable with those people taking the baby. And the order says I have to give her to Matthew, and Matthew would not retrieve her from me last night. So again, I have her. She's with me. She's with my supervisors. She's safe. We're all together in Meriden, and I would be happy to meet him at the Meriden Police Department so that it's in a safe place with under cameras. So for my own protection and upon advisement of my counsel, I'm not going to his house. And again, I don't even have gas right now. So he can travel. He makes a lot of money with his business. He can come drive the 25 minutes to the
I have to interrupt you. I have to interrupt you. I'm giving you time to vent, but I have to ask you a few questions so that we can resolve this situation, okay?
Okay.
And a couple things I have to ask you because I'm not familiar.
So that's what I'm saying. Can I email you these screenshots? Because like
Nope, I'm not in. I'm not in. If you just give me a few minutes, we could probably alleviate this situation because this has a long history and we're just talking over the top of each other. Nobody's listening.
Okay.
Okay? So where are you now?
I'm in Meriden.
Where are you now? Meriden. Are you at your house or a home?
The home of the person who is supervising, and I told him that. And
Okay.
that's why I said I want to meet at the police. I want to meet at the police department.
Now the supervisor is what to you?
They're friends.
They're friends of yours?
Yes, and he knows them as well.
Knows the father.
They know, like, Bess is the wife of our former coworker, Matthew and my former coworkers.
No, the people that are your supervisor are friends of yours.
It sounds like
also know him.
mutual. It sounds like they're mutual
And
friends.
they know the father as well.
Her son doesn't know him as well, but
This is
he
gonna
does.
be
They
painful.
they know each other because we all used to work together, and her husband.
I have given you incredible amounts of time, more than probably anybody will give you to explain your situation. I'm trying to alleviate this problem so that we can move on with our days.
Yeah, so
If you could just please stop. Please stop. You have to stop.
I have my professor who's waiting on me on a Zoom call, and like this is taking up so much of my time.
Yep, and if you the problem is coming from is I'm here to try to alleviate this problem, but you won't give me the opportunity to ask pertinent questions and to try to solve the problem.
I'm really stressed out by this, and I just like to get on my phone with my professor who's waiting for me.
Yep, and now you don't want to, and now you don't want to give me any time.
I do. I'm sorry.
This is fairly important, and we have to resolve this.
Yes, I know. I understand that, and I'm trying to resolve that, and I'm trying to.
It's not going to happen with you. You're not going to be able to resolve it. Hopefully, I can do it. Because this has a long history and a lot of it's cut right to the nerve. Everybody's,
Yeah, and this one, can I have my attorney speak to you then? Because,
No.
like,
No, not right at this moment. I'd like to work it out with you.
okay.
All right. So let me ask you just a couple questions. You have a restraining order against him. He has one against you.
They're criminal protective orders on each other.
Right.
They're not restraining orders.
Okay, that's good. So the father here on Quarry Hill, he has custody, full custody of this child.
Temporary. He has temporary sole custody.
At this point in time, he has full custody, correct?
Correct.
The child lives here primarily with him, correct?
Well, it was just news to me now that she lives here. He was supposed to be in his residence, which is in New Britain. It was just informed to me that now.
I can't get into that. Is this the primary residence?
As of today, I was informed that he's living there again. So now that should be her residence.
Is this the residence that you picked the child up from?
That was where I picked her up from yesterday, yes.
Okay. And is the arrangement in the paperwork, which I'm sure is extensive, that you were supposed to drop the child off here?
No, there's nothing in there that says I have to drop her off there.
Was that the arrangement that you guys made, that you were supposed to bring the child back because he has temporary custody?
The arrangement was, which is why I'd like to show you all the messages in our family wizard, because everything's in writing.
Where was the child supposed to be dropped off after you took her for
There was no
yesterday?
specified specified time or specified location. Matthew said everything was up to us. We called from Beth's, we FaceTimed with Beth, and the child told
Where
us
were you
last
planning
night-
on dropping the child off?
He told me to meet him at his mother's house.
Right
When
here.
I got there, he wasn't there.
No, I'm going to go back to that. You had agreed to bring her here. That was the arrangement.
Well, after he told us, when we told him we were getting pizza at Waterbury Pepe's, I said, Beth told him they're going to go get pizza. Her and Casey. and the kid
Before
were-
pizza and all that, before when you took the child, the arrangement was you were going to take the child to the
So,
beach.
yeah, so if I may explain, so the
No,
arrangement
no,
was-
you
the
have to
arrangement was-
stop. You have
Yes,
to
it
stop
was,
because
it was.
I don't have enough time to go into all the
and I'm trying to-
details,
and I'm
and
trying to
I'm
explain
just
that to
trying to
you.
resolve this problem. If you would please just stop talking, I try to help you.
I understand that I'm trying to answer your question. He told me that I asked him on last Saturday about this arrangement. And I told him, I said, I'd like to take her to the beach for the day. And I also said I could bring her back probably around dinner time. And he said, okay,
Where?
that's fine.
Where?
I didn't specify where. It was not specified. I just said I could have
So
her
you were
back
going to
to
take.
you.
So when you left for the beach, there was no
I'm
no,
sorry,
no
this is
arrangement
really
made
important.
between you and the
I'm sorry,
father. You
officer, I feel
have
like
to
this is
stop.
really-
You have to stop talking. You have to listen for a minute. You have to listen. I have to ask questions to resolve this.
Okay, and I'm trying to answer your question, and I'm trying to get you to understand something crucial here.
No, I'm trying to get this down to simplicity. Where was the child supposed to be dropped off?
It was never specified where she was supposed to be dropped off.
Okay, stop talking now. I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
May I just tell you one more thing I'd like to explain to you that I haven't told you yet?
Nope. I don't want to go any further with explanations. I'm trying to resolve this problem today, right now.
Right, but this is
Why don't we
about
just
the
go?
problem, though.
Go there. If we go there, want to go there?
We may have.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're not.
But so where do you work?
I'm not even working right now.
Are you at home?
No, I'm with the supervisors. And so, like I said, I need to get on the Zoom call right now. I'd be happy to give Matthew the child if he'd like to meet me, but I'm not meeting him at the house.
Very
So
good.
if he'd like to meet me somewhere now, Angelina's ready to go with him. All he has
Okay,
to do is tell
where
me
is that? Where is that?
I told him Meriden Police Department. It said he can. If not, we can work something else out, but I'm not going to go to his house because my lawyer said not to go to the house.
I understand that. You said it 3 times. I'm fairly good at this stuff. I've been doing it a while. You're not going to come to the house. Fine.
But
All
then
right.
just
You
note
really
that-
got to stop. I have to ask you some more questions. I cannot solve this if you keep going on and on. I'm just trying to solve this situation for today. That's all.
I understand that, and I'm just asking if I can just tell you something that's relevant to that.
Nope, not anymore. I've listened to all. I've
Okay.
given you plenty of time. I'm not interested. I'm really just trying to solve the problem of how to get the child from where the child is to here.
Okay.
That's
Is he
it.
somewhere, or
What's that?
is he able to meet me then?
He's being stubborn. Which I was trying to establish before is I believe that when you took the child, there was an agreement to bring the child back. You're saying there was not. Correct?
Right, and this is what I was trying to tell you too. Is like he originally said to me before I even got her on
No.
Saturday. I arranged this where he said if you want to have her for dinner,
This-
that's totally
This
fine.
is going to be a huge problem, and it's going to be solved in court. We're not going to be solving it with the Waterbury Police Department, but the main situation here is he has temporary custody of the child, and the child has to be returned here. So we're trying to figure out how we can get that accomplished.
Wait, but I don't understand why police are involved. He has a vehicle. He can
Because he
drive his
called
vehicle.
us. Because he
But he's a
called us.
vehicle. He's a
Because he
vehicle.
called us. That's it.
I understand he called you, but he
That's the only reason we're here is because he called us.
Right, so if he has a vehicle, he has a license.
We can't force anybody to do anything.
Okay, so then why am I being harassed right now?
You're not being harassed. You're being talked to by a policeman. It's not harassment. I'm trying to solve the situation.
Can I please have your name and the case number?
Sure.
Because I'd like to send in the emails to you. I want
No,
to show
you can't send the emails to me. I'm on the road. I won't be able to receive them. And I'm not interested in the emails at this point in time. This is something that's going to be resolved in court when you guys go back to court. But
Okay, but it's like he's
the
lying to
but
me,
the
and I
but the
told him that
but
when
the
he
situation
asked me
I'm trying to solve right now is the child needs to be returned somehow.
right, so he or his mother or somebody else, if they want to meet at the police station, or and that's a safe place
What police station?
I said Meriden Police Station because again, I have to have witnesses. I have to have the supervisor.
You're going to have witnesses because we're attached to this call until the child comes back.
Right, and it says supervisor. So like my supervisors are in Meriden, are residing in Meriden. To have to now tell people, first of all, I don't have gas to go all the way to
Correct.
Waterbury again.
So he's not willing. Let me just say he's not willing to take the child over there. He's not willing to pick the child up, and you claim there's not enough, you don't have enough gas. So we have to figure out a way that we're going to get the child here.
Well, like I just said, I messaged him. He looked at my message at 9:10. I said, please let me know what time you're meeting us at Meriden Police, or else I'll assume you're just going to abandon her again.
Nope,
today.
he's not abandoning her. We're in the middle of this now. There's no abandonment. We're going to solve this. We're going to solve the situation right now. It's going up to another level because now we're involved.
Stopped communicating with me in there. So
We're going to be we're the intermediaries now that we're going to solve this problem.
okay, so why isn't he able to drive and pick up his daughter then?
I don't know. He's just not willing to drive.
He's not willing to drive. Okay, well, if he wants her, he's going to need to do that. And it's highly concerning. Is he under the influence of something that's making
We're
him
going to be
drive?
we're the intermediaries here right now.
Okay, so I mean, like
We're
I
going to
said,
solve the problem. If you
okay, so
you
can
just
you-
want to keep
can you offer
complicating
him-
the situation,
can you offer him to meet at the Meriden Police Department
We're-
to retrieve?
we're going to have to resolve this situation if both of you are unwilling to drive the child.
To drive the child where? So you're saying that
Anywhere,
I'm
anywhere,
to go
anywhere
to the
you
house?
want, anywhere you want to just get the child back here because there's paperwork.
Okay, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna have to call my attorney because I'm being told that you're making me feel that I'm being like
Nope.
given an ultimatum to have to break a
Nope.
protective order.
Nope,
Okay,
that's
I'm gonna
not
call
it.
my attorney.
That's not it at all.
Why don't we ask him where this
No, I don't want to talk to him anymore.
yeah.
No, I don't want to bother. Because he's just being
I'm gonna mute my camera to speak with Sergeant Robinson.
She's standing her ground, which is fine.
Hello?
Hi, Theodore. This is the officer again. She keeps hanging up.
Can I just ask you one question before you start? Are you the attorney or are you the person who's the supervisor? Represent talk over the top of me. I could not get her to stop talking. And I have to ask a couple pertinent questions so that we can resolve this. This has a long history. This situation with the 4-year-old. I don't know how, you must know a lot about it because you represent this lady.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm just started to represent her. I've got a pretty good idea.
Okay. So at this point in time, in this little snapshot of time, the father has custody of the child as a result of a decision that was made in court. Each one of them have restraining orders, protective orders against each other, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
The lady came here yesterday to pick up the daughter to take her to the beach. And then when she attempted to bring the child home, all kinds of stuff happened, which they were unable to make the drop-off.
Correct.
Okay. So now we're at the next day. I'm not concerned about going down the road of what's going to transpire between these two and the child. And we're not going to make any arrests at this point. But the main concern I have is how are we going to get the child back to the father because he does have custody and the child lives here.
Yes, sir. You know, he actually, this is quite a, I'm trying, that we resolve it amicably, for the child. She's only 4 years old. So,
yeah, I don't even want to get into the, I don't even want to get into the damn, I don't even want to, yeah, you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing as the mom is doing. If you could just see it through my eyes at this point in time.
No,
I know the child is getting irreparable damage as a result of two immature people that are not willing to work together to get this child back and forth and going back.
We drop off the child.
So all I want today is I'm at the house right now and I've been here for a good hour. And all I'm interested in is making sure that child is safe and it's returned to the father. And we will document this whole situation, and I wish them both good luck when they go back to court.
The problem is with the mother and the supervisor. Look, the supervisor is there at the moment. She's with the child. And the problem is she does not have enough gas to drive towards Billy.
I know, she's told me 3 times. And he's not willing to drive.
Any way that we can meet halfway?
And he's not willing to drive. And he's not willing to drive because evidently and I got into a conversation with her when she gave me some answers, is that when she picked the child up here yesterday to go to the beach, the arrangement was that the child was to be returned back to the house. That's how it was arranged. It wasn't supposed to be a meeting place. It wasn't supposed to be at Meriden PD. The child was supposed to be brought here. Now the father is not willing to drive for whatever reason. I'm not asking him and I'm not getting into it. He doesn't want to drive, and she has no gas. So that leaves Waterbury PD in the middle of this.
Yeah, that's unthinkable.
And I'm just looking for a resolution for this, so that somebody can get this child close enough to Waterbury so we could get her back to the house and we could move on with our day.
Absolutely. Let's talk to the client. And can I maybe give you a call back? If you can, then I will talk to you directly if that is okay with you.
Yeah, I really don't want to talk. I don't really want to talk to her anymore because she's.
No, I will speak to you, sir.
She won't. There's no talking to her. She's being totally irresponsible as a parent and a person, that she doesn't want to resolve. This is ridiculous. We do these all the time, and this is one of my more memorable ones. But if you could call me back in a timely fashion, so that we could figure out a resolution to this. And you know what the situation. She has no gas to drive, which is fine. He's not willing to drive because he feels that there was an arrangement that the child was picked up from here. She should be dropped off, and he's not willing to drive anywhere, which I can't force people to do anything. You follow me?
What is your number?
This is the number. This is the number. I have the phone in my hand.
Yes, sir, but she got me in a three-way with you.
Oh, she has a three-way?
She got me in a three-way with you.
Well, she must know my number. This is a city phone. And unfortunately, I don't really know the number.
Okay, no problem. I will get the number from her. You know, the only issue here, that is for me, the issue I will see to her, that the child is safely returned. The only issue here, the big issue here that I have, is that court order specifically says there is for custody, but for temporary custody.
Well, that's all I'm worried about. It's temporary and it's right now. It's right now.
Yes, I understand. But the issue is that it also says specifically the child must be returned to you personally.
Okay.
There.
I'm not even going to get into that. I was trying to explain to her. I'm going to be sitting outside this house until that child gets here.
No problem. The child, I'm going to speak to her now, and I will speak to the supervisor because the child was the whole time under the supervision of the authorities.
That's fine. You can discuss this point of safety and everything. I believe that your child is in a good position. I'm not questioning that. All the thing I want to accomplish today, hopefully in a timely fashion, is that child gets back to this house on Quarry Street. That's
Quarry Hill.
Quarry Hill. Excuse me, Quarry Hill. 48 Quarry Hill Road. That's where the child lives.
Okay. Okay, let me speak to her and see, that we can accommodate so we can have the journey. She needs a lot of time. It's only about that just now. Nothing else.
You have to remind them, and this is kind of let me just talk to you one second between two professionals. You have to remind her that this could blow up fiercely, and both of them could be left without a child in their lives because the child is getting beat up, and I have two immature adults that are not willing to work together with the child's best interest in mind. So they can fight all they want, nobody cares, but we care about the child and the damage that this is causing, because it's going to leave a mark with the child, even at 4 years old. So,
No, I understand.
the child should be...
I work a lot with children. I know what I do.
Yeah.
Children are my passion. I'm an advocate too. I'm a GIL, so I work specifically with children.
Right. So see if you can.
Speak to her.
See if you can. All right.
Yes. And you say no meeting halfway.
What's that?
No meeting halfway.
No, it doesn't sound like anybody's.
There's no possibility.
It doesn't sound like it. No, I actually, I got to be honest with you. I really don't want to talk to him anymore, and I don't want to talk to her anymore because they're both unreasonable.
Like, you know, they just speak to her, and you say that you're going to wait the Aquarius Street. That's where you're going to wait.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let us work together, and I will get on it immediately, and I will call you back.
Thank you.
Within the next few minutes.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.